ครับ So today we are going to talk about Chitta that works with our body parts and our mind.
Yeah.
Last time we talked about Chitta that work with our body, right? But we didn't mention anything about our mind at all. So today we are going to talk more about what Chitta that works with not only our body but our mind. Okay, now let's begin. Do we have certain time in the morning before the beginning of the class?
Yes. Okay. We only did a little bit เนาะ
พี่แอน
มาช่วยกัน
พี่แอนไม่ได้เปิดไมค์ครับ
ไม่ได้เปิดไมค์
ดีจ๋าดีช่วยป้าแอน open the class ได้ไหมคะ
ได้ครับ
โอเค just
ครับ
โอเคโวพอลูก
โยโวก่อน
โยโวอานันทามายาธรรมโมจาวินโยจเตสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจเยมสัทธาโอโออานันทามายาธรรมโมจาวินโยจเตสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจเยมสัทธาโยอานันทามายาธรรมโมจาวินโยจเตสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจเยมสัทธา
มีด้วยครับ
สาธุสาธุนะ
สาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปานิธิพันธาอนุโมทามิครับ Today, before we begin the class, I would like to mention about the important note that Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not kampira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma or else it will lead to Mahatapa, Nirya or hell because it is Miccha Tikti or not following the Buddha's teaching. If any provided content contrasts with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, please refer to Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka only. Okay. What day is today? Today is 7 Kāḻapakkhassa Assayujamāsassa Mahābuddhajayantī 2612 or November 5th Buddhist era 2566. This is Yovo Anantamaya Thammo Ja Vinayo Ja Tesito Panyato Sovo Mamajayena Sattha. It says that Buddha Vajana 84,000 Dhammakantaka is Anuttara Samma Sampoti. So that's why we need to Sikkaya or study the teaching of Gautama Buddha. And the responsibility of the four Buddha Parisa consisting of 3 responsibilities. The first one is the four Buddha Parisa must well understand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And the second one is the four Buddha Parisa must be able to correctly present 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And the last one, the four Buddha Parisa must be able to correct those who condemn or misunderstand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. Okay.
Now we respect our ธรรมจริยะสุชาตินาคอ่อน and ท่านอังคคุณะอริยธรรมะโสตาปันนะวีสติอริยมรรคาวีสติสามัญญพละเอกนิพพานะกิปปาพิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เถิดสาธุสาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปานิธิพันธาอนุโมทามิ
So we begin with Chitta that works with our body parts that we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
So this time we going to review it again before we begin the new one that what Chitta that works with our mind. So this one I need you to help me read out. We begin with Pancha Thawara Vasana Chitta 10 because this Pancha Thawara Vasana Chitta 10 works with our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, our body. They make us see, hear, smell, taste, and feelings. Okay, it helps us receive the 5 senses that we have already familiar with them. Okay, start with what? Okay, Three Panchavinyan with 10 and our Three Panchavinyan 10 and their function with our body parts. This is the one that we usually mention about it. So before we go to the Chitta that works with our minds, let's start with this one first. the
You will
easy one.
first, no?
Yes, that's why. Three Panchavinyan 10. Work with our ears, our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and our body. Or Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shivha, and Kaya. This is the where they work with our body parts.
We have to remember that if I work, we cannot use eye to hear or use eye to feeling, no? Everything is big for that part.
So yes, because now at this time all of you can recite Chitta 121, Cetasika 52, and Rupa 28. What we are going to show you is that where are the function of each Chitta in Chitta 121, and where are they located, and how Chitta 121 interact with Cetasika 52, and how they create Rupa 28. That is the big picture of the things that we talk to you. We tell you a lot about that. So let's begin with the easiest part first. So that's why we begin with our 5 senses, with our body parts that tell that only 10 out of 121 work with our body part.
This very easy, but it's mislead all our life. We think that we can use our eye, our body in order to get kusala. But in this, it can get kusala from this 5 sense or not.
Okay, now let's begin. Here, Chitta, that works with our eyes, right? This one you have already familiar with them. There are 2 groups. The first group is Akusala Vipaka Chitta 7, and the second group is Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta 8. And each one of these group have function with our eyes for this one. For Akusala Vipaka Chitta 7, only 1 out of 7 that work with your eyes. And if you can recite that the word Chakku refer to eyes, then you can recite this easily. That Chitta that works with your eyes, it's have the word of Chakku inside the name of that Chitta. For example, like this one, Ubekkassa Katang Chakku Vinyanang Asaṅkharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. You see that there's the name of there's a word of Chakku inside the name of Chitta. This Chitta, it says that this Chitta works with your eyes. That's why I mentioned that if you can recite that Chakku is eyes, that easier for you to recite it, that this Chitta works with your eyes. And for another group, Ubekkassa Katang Chakku Vinyanang Asaṅkharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. This also have a Chakku inside the name of this Chitta. It's also work with your eyes. But these 2 group have these two Chitta have different endings. As you may notice that the first one is ended with Akusala Vipaka Chitta, and the second one is ended with Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta, right? For Akusala Vipaka Chitta ending the first one, this one is used for your daily life. For your daily life, because this Akusala Vipaka Chitta works with things that you see as Akusala. Everything we see in our daily lives count as Akusala unless that related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha. If you use your eyes to Sikkha Dhamma or study Dhamma, that's your eyes will work as a Hetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta. Otherwise, it works, Akusala Vipaka Chitta will receive the information that you see. Okay, the different the beginning, the different for beginner is as simple as this one.
You mean that the same eye that we see everything, no? It can be kusala, and another part is can be akusala part. The same eyes.
Yes.
Why is like that? It work like that?
Well, our eyes outside,
Yep.
it's the way that we can is the channel that we can receive the information, receive a visual, or receive, we call it rupa rom or rupa ramana from the
Ramana.
outside through our eyes, and then to vinyana or citta. However, there are two citta that awaits to receive the information or aramana, rupa ramana in the inside. But these two parts works, they are waiting for the compatible information. If the information you receive from the outside, from a rupa ramana that you receive from the outside is akusala one, which is the information which is the things that we see in our daily lives, in everyday life. So that kind of information pass through your eyes and then go directly into your upekkassa khatang caku vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra akusala vipaka citta. This vinyana or this citta will work or will activate, will receive the information, and then they interact with all those citta later on. However, if you use your eyes to Sikkha Dhamma, for example, like now, you are Sikkha or Sikkha Dhamma
The
or
same
study
eye.
Dhamma, the same eyes, because it's the channel that we
Mm.
receive the information is the same channel. You receive rupa ramana from the outside, or the information that you can see from the outside pass through your eyes, but now you see you see the wording that related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha, and you are using your eyes to Sikkha Dhamma or Sati Dhamma. When this kind of information or aramana pass through your eyes and then go to their part, their pathway into inside, and then it will arrive at upekkassa khatang caku vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra ahetuka kusala vipaka cittang. This is the different one with different information. The kusala one will go to ahetuka kusala vipaka citta ending, but for our daily life, usually we don't have any kusala related in our daily lives, and that time it goes to upekkassa khatang caku vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra akusala vipaka cittang. It works this way. Okay, the visual or rupa ramana comes through your eyes, and then whenever they go through the path that arrive at citta level, they divided into two citta. If that information or that aramana is kusala one, it will arrive at ahetuka kusala vipaka citta ending. If it's not a kusala one, if it's your daily life, which normally we don't have kusala related, it will arrive at a kusala vipaka citta. It works that way.
You mean that outside is calling aramana,
Yes.
but for inside is calling vinyan.
Vinyan or
Vinyan.
and the
citta.
pathway to receive aramana or information from the outside into citta or vinyana inside, we call the pathway tawara. For this example is this caku tawan. Because when citta or vinyana is going to receive information or receive aramana, aramana from the outside doesn't go randomly into citta, but they have the specific pathway into from aramana into
Tawan
citta.
like door.
It could be
Like door.
you could compare it like a door or a pathway, because it's not a point, but sometimes it works as a tube. That's why I call it I prefer to
Tawan.
call it
Yeah.
pathway, because it's connect it's connect aramana from the outside into your vinyana inside, and to be able to receive the information, the aramana from the outside into vinyana or citta inside, it needs to have a pathway that leads aramana to vinyana. For example, like to circulate your blood in your body, you need a vein or blood vessel. That's work almost I would compare it like that. To deliver your blood from one place to another place, you need your vein, a blood vessel, to transport your blood into that area that you need it. And this one is the same. To receive the information from the outside or ramana from the outside into your citta, it also need tawara, like a pathway to lead to be the way, the direction that can deliver aramana into your your citta or vinyana.
Okay. I think no, for easier for the kid, no, is outside is aramana, and then tawan is like a door, and all the way on the pathway in order to receive inside vinyana is citta. Okay, now outside is aramana, inside is vinyan or citta, and the pathway is tawala. Tawala is like a gate, door, like no.
It's passed through that way. Okay, now we go to the second one. For a second one, I also have a pair of them. First one is Upekkassa Katang Sota Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. This works with our daily lives, right? We used to hear everything in our daily lives. We use our ears. However, in our daily lives, the information that we receive or aramana that we receive, they are kusala one. That's why it falls here. It's go through Upekkassa Katang Sota Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. Okay, and for in case that you use your ears to receive the information or aramana that related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha, that related to kusala one, that is when Upekkassa Katang Sota Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Hetuka Kusala Vipaka Cittang come in action. Otherwise, it will stay still. It don't work. It stays still, but it's there, but it doesn't work with akusala information. So that's why we have another one is sota vinyanam. Sota, if we can translate, for example, for easy to recite them, sota related to ears. That's why sota ear. Okay, this is another pair. Okay.
Did sota have the same have aramana and vinyan?
Yes,
is the same.
But outside we call it sattharum or
Sattharamana.
aramana. Inside it's sota vinyana, as we mentioned, and sota vinyana have two of them, pair of them, two of them, one pair. One is akusala vipaka citta, and another one is ahetuka kusala vipaka citta. And to receive the information from the outside to citta or vinyana that stay inside, we need a pathway or a gate. We call them tawan, and in this case we call it sota tawan.
Okay, again, no, again to emphasize is again, outside is sattharamana, inside is sota vinyan, and the pathway is sota tawan.
Yes.
Okay, no.
Next, now we're talking about the kana vinyan. We also have the same. We have one pair of them. The one is Upekkassa Katang Kana Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Citta. This for our daily lives, for us to smell everything. Yeah. And our nose is quite important because we, apart from smelling, we use it to breathe, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Without breathing, we dead. So it's quite important. If your kana doesn't work,
we will die.
You will die. Okay. So apart from smell, it's just through your your breath too.
But normally Kānat is used for smelling bad smelling and good smelling, no?
Just for your respiration.
Yeah.
However, same as others, there is two ways to use it.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is you use in your daily lives that's information or aramana, we call it kantarum or kantaramana. That's passed through your nose into kana vinyan. We have two of them. First, in your daily lives, it's consisting of akusala only. That's why whenever you receive kantaramana pass through your nose, go to your vinyana or citta, it falls in upekkhassa katang khana vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra akusala vipaka citta, a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever you use your you can breathe, right? You can use your respiration system to Sikkha Dhamma. We can breathe, we survive, and then we use our breathe that makes us survive to Sikkha Dhamma or Sati Dhamma. Whenever we work that way, we do it that way, it will fall in upekkhassa katang khana vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra ahetuka kusala vipaka citta. This for easy example.
Enjoying ceremony, can it classify as ahetuka kusala vipaka cittang?
Yes.
The
To join the
Kathina
ceremony that
ceremony,
related
yeah.
to the teaching of Gautama Buddha. In that case, the things that Piping mentioned, when we going to join or we join the ceremony, in that case, we use all of our five senses. That's why if the information that we receive from the outside pass through the pathway or Tawara and into Vijnana. And in that case, because we are joining the ceremony that related to the teaching of the Gautama Buddha, that's aramana, all of aramana will falls into upekkhassa, will falls into ahetuka kusala vipaka cittang, kusala one. Otherwise, it will fall into akusala vipaka citta in our daily lives. And this example is specific only for your nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Again, outside we call kantaramana, no? And inside we call Khana vinyan. And for the gate we call Khana Thawan, no?
We go slowly. Okay, another pair of them. Now, Chiuha Vinyan. They also have one pair of them. One is upekkhassa katang Chiuha Vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra akusala vipaka cittang. This one for akusala one. We use our Chiuha or our tongue in our daily lives. It falls into akusala one. We used to taste food, we used to eat food, and we also use our tongue to speak, right? If you don't have tongue, you cannot speak, right? And then it also falls into, if you used your tongue for Sikkha Dhamma, study Dhamma, or related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha, that when at that time, upekkhassa katang Chiuha Vinyanang asankharikang kama vajra ahetuka kusala vipaka cittang will activate. We receive the information from the outside. The information of Chiuha, we call it rasaram or rasaramana, will pass through the Tawara that we mentioned. That this Tawara name is Chiuha Tawan. Okay, so for Chiuha, we have outside Rasaramana, and inside is Chiuha Vinyan. Chiuha Vinyan have one pair of them, right? And the pathway from Aramana from the outside into Vijnana or Citta inside, this pathway we call it Chiuha Tawan. Chiuha Tawan. Okay. We go through four. Next, the last one, the fifth one. This one is quite different.
Mhm.
We also have one pair. One is Tukkha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. And another one is Sukkha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Cittang. Now, this one is quite special, different from others. The former four one that we mentioned. This one, you can see that the difference is not the difference is not only the endings, but also the beginning. The endings is end with akusala vipaka cittang and ending with ahetuka kusala vipaka cittang. Is this the different? This is the first different. That's as same as the four one that we mentioned before. But one thing special, which
Change to
yes, this one also have a different in the beginning of the name
Tukkha
of
and
citta.
Sukkha.
Yes, it Tukkha Sahakatang and Sukkha Sahakatang.
Kaya cannot ubekha.
Yes, it cannot be upekha. Why is that?
Yeah.
Because for your jakku sota kana shivha, this begins with ubekha, because whenever they open, they must receive information no matter what. They cannot choose it. For whenever you open your eyes, you can see things, you see everything, including things that you don't want to see. You cannot select it. For example, you open your eyes in a room, and in that room it have a door, it have a window, it have a desk, it have a books. In that case, that you cannot open your eyes and select that your eyes want to see the doors only or the books only. You cannot do that.
I cannot select that this one I like, this one I don't like.
Yes, you want to see only
See
this one, but
all.
not that one. You cannot select that,
See all.
but it need to see all. That's why it called ubekha. Your ears
You
is also
cannot
the
select.
same.
Ubekha is you cannot select.
Yes, for your ears is also the same. Whenever you hear, you cannot select to hear what you want to hear, but you hear everything. But you can decide this one you like and this one you don't like. That way. And also your kana also the same. You can breathe, you can smell, but you cannot select it. And for your shuha it's the same. You can taste it, but you cannot select the taste, but you can choose whether you will
You
put
want to
that
taste.
that thing in your mouth or not. That is the work of kaya, but not the work of shuha. But whenever the things, whatever you put into your mouth arrive at your tongue, and then your tongue has a function to receive the taste. That taste they cannot choose. They want to receive only the sweet one, the salty one, or the hot one. They cannot choose that, but they have to receive all the information, all the aramana that arrive at their places. However, now we come to kaya. Kaya, you can choose. You can choose that you will stay in the sun or in the shade. You can choose to stay in the house when outside is very hot or very cold. Or you can choose to stay outside that very hot or very cold, apart from the in a warm house. It depends on you. Now, that's why kaya is one special one. You can choose whether you want to receive that kind of aramana or not. Okay, and for this one, we have outside, we call it Potappa Ramana, or the information that we mentioned.
Potappa
Ramana.
Potappa Ramana.
And inside we call it Kaya Vinyana,
Vinya.
and they are Citta, one pair.
Yep.
In two group of Citta. First one is Tukkha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. And the second one is Sukha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Cittang. For your daily life, definitely falls into Tukkha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. And whenever we use our body or we take our body to Sikkha Dhamma, to sit and study like this, to Sikkha like this is when Sukha Sahakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Cittang come in action.
But I still wonder Tukha, because you say that if we in the hot weather, we can choose to the cold weather. So cold weather and hot weather is we change from Tukha to Sukha, right? Or not?
For easy understanding for the beginners, Dukkha and Sukha at this point is not related to your comfort or your discomfort, but related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha. It will classify if your action conform with the teaching of Gautama Buddha, that will fall into Sukha Sakata. Kaya Vinyanang Asankharikang Kamavachara Ahetuka Kusala Vipakachitang. If not, then it comes to Dukkha Sakatang. Whether you like to stay in that place or don't like to stay in that place, it also both of that two scenario falls into Dukkha Sakatang. Because those two scenarios is not have anything related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha and not Sikkha, then that Kaya will be Dukkha Sakatang Kaya Vinyana. This for beginners.
It's not related to the feeling, but it's related to what we call Gautama Buddha teaching or not.
Yes.
Yeah, like we go to Japan to pray or to journey a trip, joy a trip. That is Dukkha Sahakatang. But we can change Dukkha Sahakatang to Sukha Sahakatang by we go to the trip and we chanting. We chanting. And we sometimes we Santana Dhamma, or we talking about Dhamma, we Sikkha Dhamma. So we can change that to another part to form Dukkha to Sukha.
Yes.
Again, for outside we call Paramana, and inside we call Kaya Vinyan. No? And for the Tawan we call Kaya Vinyan. Kaya Tawan, yes, sorry. You will see that for the Tawan and Vinyan is the same name, no? At the beginning, no? Kaya Vinyan and Kaya Tawan. But outside is Paramana. Yes.
Okay. Now you start to see the relation between information outside or aramana from the outside and chitta or vinyana awaiting inside, and the pathway that we call tawara. Now they have main three components for each pair or for each senses. They have like this, and then it's as we mentioned. We only mention about our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and our body. Chakku, sota, kana, shuha, kaya. Now we have body. Now we only like a robot. We don't have mind yet, right? Now this is usually we usually stop here. We didn't mention anything about the components of our mind. Okay. Now for today we are going to go further with this one. We're going to show you that what chitta that form our mind. Not all of 121, but only part of them. Okay. Now altogether we call Tripanchavinyan 10. That works with our five senses, work with our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, our body, our chakku, sota, kana, shiva, kaya.
Again, Tawi is two. Tawi is two. Pancha Vinyan. Pancha is five. Vinyan is Chitta.
Okay. Now, those Chitta that we mentioned is stays in Kusala Akusala Vipaka Chitta and Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta group. Only two groups out of Chitta 121 that we mentioned. Okay. Now, next. How about our mind? Now we go into the new things that we never talked to you before. Okay, we have Chitta 121 that you can recite. That's why we need you to be able to recite it first. And what group of Chitta that form our mind? Now, you see. First one for 5 senses. There are only 2 groups out of 3 groups under Ahetuka Citta 18. Only Akusala Vipaka Citta group and Ahetuka Akusala Vipaka Citta group that we talk about, Citta that works with our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, our body, or Chakku Sota Khana Shuha Kaya. That only 2 groups out of 3 groups under Ahetuka Citta 18. Now, we're going to mention about Citta that form our mind. There are another special group appears here. Ahetuka Kriya Citta. This will be part of Citta that will form your mind. Whenever you're thinking, you have words in your mind. That is the action of them. Otherwise, without your mind, you cannot think of anything. You cannot have words in your head. When you don't have words in your head, you cannot speak out, right? Okay, so this is special component. We usually end at the 5 senses.
Yeah.
Now we are going to discuss furthermore. Only 5 senses that makes your body as same as a robot. You don't have mind yet. But this special part, we are going to put mind inside of that robot, that Chakku Sota Khana Shuha Kaya, or your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body. We are going to put mind inside.
ทวิปัญจวิญญาณ don't feeling only the part only receive
They receive the information that they're told to receive.
Yeah.
They
they receive like a robot.
Yeah.
They receive, they cannot go out and say that no, I don't receive. If open eye, you must see.
they are the system that has
Yeah.
already been determined. The function has to be
Yeah.
this way. They work as same as they told. So they don't have any thinking.
Selection.
They
Cannot
cannot
select.
change.
Yeah.
They have specific function. That's why we mentioned about the receiving information from the outside, like Chakku Sota Khana Shuha Kaya. They receive Ruparum, Sattarum, Kantharum, Rasarum, Potaparum. They have specific function, and their function and how they perform is determined by the past, and then they cannot change. They need to perform as they told. Okay. Now we are going to talk
The
about your mind. Okay.
อเหตุกะกิริยาจิต
There
ตะ
are one
3
special group appears here.
Yeah.
Okay. To form your mind. We said that there are 3 groups, right? That
Yep.
related to your mind, to form your mind. Beginnings with the 2 groups that we are talking about before. We usually stop at the 5th one. With the Tukha Sakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang and Sukha Sakatang Kaya Vinyanang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Ahetu Akusala Vipaka Cittang. These Chakku Sota Khana Shuha Kaya form your body like a robot. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your body like a robot. Now the 6th one. Ubekhasa Katang Sampatichana Cittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang. This for Akusala one for use in your daily lives. And another one is Ubekhasa Katang Sampatichana Cittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Akusala Vipaka Cittang. This will perform only when you Sikkha Dhamma or do things that related to the teaching of Gautama Buddha. These 2, remember these 2 first? And then there's one special, they work together. They don't work separately. They work together. Another one in Ahetuka Kriya Citta 3. The new group that we don't usually we didn't talk about it. Okay, from the former group that we familiar with Akusala Vipaka Citta and Ahetuka Akusala Vipaka Citta. First, we use Ubekhasa Katang Chakku Ubekhasa Katang Sampatichana Cittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Cittang from Akusala Vipaka Citta group. And the second one is Ubekhasa Katang Sampatichana Cittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Akusala Vipaka Cittang from the second group. different ending, but the name is Sampatichana Chitta.
สัมปติชนะจิตตะ
Yes, but different endings, only different endings. Akusala and Ahetuka Kusala. Okay.
all five sense will work together at สัมปติชนะ right
In that level we explain later on here. And for the new group that we are going to talk about is Ahetuka Kriya Chitta, 3. There are 3, right? Ubekkassa Katang Pancha Thawara Vachana Chittang Asankhārikang Kāma Vajra Ahetuka Kriya Chittang. Ubekkassa Katang Mano Thawara Vachana Chittang Asankhārikang Kāma Vajra Ahetuka Kriya Chittang. And the last one is Somanassa Katang Situpatha Chittang Asankhārikang Kāma Vajra Ahetuka Kriya Chittang. We have 3. You can recite it, I know that. But not only 3 of them that form your mind. Only one of them, which is Ubekkassa Katang Pancha Thawara Vachana Chittang Asankhārikang Kāma Vajra Ahetuka Kriya Chittang. Okay, only one of 3 from Ahetuka Kriya Chittang that helps form your mind. Now, how they work together? As we mentioned at this time, they have 3 components, 3 chitta. The first 2 is Sampatichana Chitta, comes from Akusala Vipaka Chitta and Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta group. And the last one comes from Ahetuka Kriya Chitta. This one is Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta, or the full name is Ubekkassa Katang Pancha Thawara Vachana Chittang Asankhārikang Kāma Vajra Ahetuka Kriya Chitta. Okay. How they work together with our Twi Pancha Vinyan 10. Here they are. They work it this way. Our daily activities, right? Before we mention about the mind today, we only tell you that Jakku, Jakku Sota Kana Shuhakaya. Jakku Vinyan work with things that related to your ear, your eyes. Sota Vinyan, your ears. Kana Vinyan, your nose. Chiha Vinyan, your tongue, and Kaya Vinyan, your body. And as we been mentioned at the beginning of the class, that each of the group in 5 groups, Jakku Sota Kana Shuha Kaya, they are very powerful by themselves. Whenever Jakku Vinyan receiving information, they'll stop others' process from receiving information. For example, and that in that powerful one we call it Insi. For Jakku we call it Jakkunsi. Sota we call it Sotinsi. Kana we call Kaninsi. Shuha we call Shuhinsi, and Kaya we call Kayinsi. They are very powerful by themselves. Whenever they work, they will stop other system from working. For example, if Jakku Vinyan, you see things around you, they will stop Sota Vinyan from hearing things. Stop Kana Vinyan, stop your breathing. You cannot breathe while you see. And stop
By
your
see.
Shuha, stop your taste, and stop your Kaya. You cannot feel anything. If it works that way, because they are so powerful by themselves. But in our daily lives, our reality, we know that they can work simultaneously. We can see while we can hear, we can breathe, we can taste, and we can feel, right, at the same time. How that possible? If we said that each vinyana or each system, they are very powerful, they are interior, and whenever they work, they stop other system from working. But in our reality, we know that it can work simultaneously. It can work together. How that possible? It's possible because we have special components that we mentioned before. We have 3 new components that we talked today, which is Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta and Sampatichana Chitta too. First is Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta. This Chitta comes from Ahetuka Kriya Chitta group. They are superior than ahetuka, than kusala vipaka citta. 7 and ahetuka kusala vipaka citta. 8, because ahetuka kriya citta group, they represent anuttara samma sampoti. That's why they are superior than Chakku Vinyan, Sota Vinyan, Khana Vinyan, Shiva Vinyan, Kaya Vinyan. And when this group is the representative of Anuttara Samma Sampoti, it's superior than those Vinyana. So Pancha Thawara Vasana Citta can send information to Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shiva, Kaya simultaneously and tell them to work simultaneously. Whenever you are doing your daily activities, the information or aramana, whether it's ruparamana, sattharamana, kantharamana, rasaramana, pothaparamana, will be first received by Pancha Thawara Vasana Citta, which we have already mentioned that this is representative of Anuttara Samma Sampoti, and this one is so powerful. And when the information arrive at Pancha Thawara Vasana assigned information that related to Chakku. For example, like Chakku, Ruparom sent to Chakku Vinyan, Sattharom sent to Sota Vinyan, Kantharom sent to Khana Vinyan, Rasarom sent to Shiva Vinyan, and Pothaparom sent to Kaya Vinyan. And this way, by the under control of Pancha Thawara Vasana Citta, Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shiva, Kaya can work simultaneously. They are not stop others from working while they are working. That's why we can breathe, why we see, we hear, we feel, we eat food. Our 5 senses can work simultaneously
at the same time.
And then after they work together, they summarize the information, summarize it, and send to Sampati Citta too. And once they summarize the information from your Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shiva, Kaya, summarize, and then send the summarized information into Sampati Citta too. Sampati Citta to send back to your body, and this one form as your mind, as the words in your head. It's work that way. Okay, now we go a bit deeper than that. Now you can have your mind, the words that inside your head without speaking out loud. That's your mind. Okay, this is how they work together and how they form your mind. Now next, we need to know one more thing. We mentioned about Citta, right? Whenever Citta works, they work with Cetasika. We also need to mention about Cetasika. Next one, we mentioned about Cetasika. The first five one, we have already familiar with them. They work with only Sappacita, Sattharana Cetasika, which are 7, which consisting of Phassa Cetasika, Vedana Cetasika, Sanya Cetasika, Cetana Cetasika, Ekakata Cetasika, Shivita Cetasika, and Manasikara Cetasika. Only Sappacita, Sattharana Cetasika, 7 that works with them. Quite easy, isn't it? However, there are 2 more. 3 more for Sampati Chanachi. For Sampati Chanachi, this one is Akusala Vipaka Citta. There are 3 more, which are Vitaka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, and Atimokkha Cetasika. 3 more from Sappacita, Sattharana Cetasika, 7. Altogether, Sampati Chanachitta, they have 10 Cetasika working with them. Okay, this one. And next one for Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Citta group under Sampati Citta. This one also have Cetasika, 10 Cetasika, the same. The additional 3 is also the same with Vitaka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, and Atimokkha Cetasika, right? The same. Quite easy for you to recite it. 3 more for Sampati Citta. Vitakka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, Atimokha Cetasika. They have 10 Cetasika working together for Sampatichana. And the next one is Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta. This one also have 10, which exactly the same 10 as Sampatichana Chitta 2, which has additional from Sapachita Sadhana Cetasika 7. The additional is Vitakka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, and Atimokha Cetasika. They are additional 3. Amen. Now you see that 3 Panchavinyan 10 here. They have only 7 Cetasika, which are called Sapachita Sadhana Cetasika 7. And these one cannot speak. When we say that it cannot speak, we mean that it cannot form the word in your head. Now, when you're thinking, you have a word in your head. Whenever it's English, in Thai, in your language, it have words in your head. That is the form of Vitakka, Vichara, Cetasika. Whenever Vitakka, Cetasika, Vichara, Cetasika, they can form words in your head. You don't have to speak out loud, but they stay in your head.
You mean that if something work with only 7 cetasika, stop with manasikala cetasika, it cannot talking, it cannot feeling to talk link with another part.
Well, we usually say that if there are no existence of Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika, you cannot talk. But by the word we talk, we mean the word in your head. For this one, as we mentioned that today, we are going to talk about how to form your mind. And in your mind, you have words in your head. You don't need to speak out loud. But those words comes from the work of Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika. And these Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika appears only 3 places. The first one is Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta. And the second place is Sampatichana Chitta 2. That only these 3 Chitta that works with our body have Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika. Whenever apart from that, our Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shivha, Kaya, Vinyana, which we call them 3 Panchavinyan 10, they don't have Vitakka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika. That's why they can receive the information, but they cannot form the word in your head.
For example, if we see, but we don't feeling anything, only see.
Only see. They
But
only receive the information.
If this Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta and Sampatithana Chitta 2 working with, we will see and we will, oh no, we hate this, we like this.
They can form the word in your head. Otherwise, you cannot form a word in your head.
Only see, and when you work with
it's empty. It's empty in your head without Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika. However, they receive and they work inside. But the word in your head come from Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika, whether you speak out or not. But when you speak, that's another story. But when you think, it's in your head. Those words in your head is the result of Vitakka Cetasika and Vichara Cetasika. And those citta that form your mind is coming from.
You mean that if no Vitakka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, when we saw everything, we will not feeling anything.
You cannot have any words in your head. You don't recognize anything.
Okay. Can feeling, but cannot recognize and cannot know that what to emphasize in your citta.
For example, like you see a notebook or a smartphone here. You see them and it have the words in your head that this one is computer or notebook or smartphone. Those words come from Vitakka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, and this process has already completed. It's very quick So that's why it seems that you see by your eyes, hear by your ears, nose, tongue, and your body in real time, because the speed is so quick, very quick. It's very rapid. That's why it's hardly for normal people to see this kind of process. Without the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, it's impossible to see this process, this fast and into this detail. It's impossible. That's why normal people only recognize that they see by their ears, hear by ears, smell by nose, taste by tongue, and feel by body, without understanding the real process, how they process it, how they process the information for or aramana from the outside. So they understand only that they have Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shuha, Kaya, or eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or 5 senses that normally science teach that. All these 5 senses, but science don't understand the components here.
Okay, that is the thing that you said that Thavi Pancha Vinyan 10 is like robot.
Yes. For Tui Panchavinyan 10, they
cannot
they
talk.
told to work specific task, only that. And for to receive the information, they ask they are formed to receive specific information, and they perform specific task from the past. So that's why they work as Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shuha, Kaya. They work that way. But to form your mind, to put into that empty body, we need Pancha Tawara Chit and Sampatichana Chitta.
Oh, I still wonder, no? What separate between Cetasika and Chitta? You said that for the Tawit Pancha Vinyan 10 like robot. Then you said that Pancha Tawara Vachana Chitta 1 and Sampatichana Chitta 2 work with, and then which can make it talk, Vitaka Cetasika, Vichara Cetasika, or these 3 parts, Pancha Tawara Vachana Chitta or Sampatichana Chitta 2, which part?
In this case,
3 of this and all 2 of these.
For beginner, actually they work together, but for beginner, as we said, that Chakku, Sota, Khana, Shuha, Vinyan, Kaya, they are interior, they are so powerful by themselves. We are not able to let them work by themselves, otherwise they will stop other system while they are working. That's why we have to have Pancha Tawara Chitta to be the first one who's received the information or the aramana from the outside, and then Pancha Tawara Chitta assign specific aramana into specific vinyana. That's how they can work, how they work simultaneously without stopping other system. And then when they summarize the information and make a decision, they send to Sampatichana Chitta for summarized information, and then Sampatichana Chitta to make decision and send back into your mind. That form the word in your mind that has already been complete this system.
Okay, you mean that Chitta, you can complete it by themselves, by link together. But to work is Vitaka and Vichara Cetasika that make it can talk, can done everything.
Yeah, it form words in your head.
Okay.
That's for beginner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pancha Tawara Vachana Chitta 1 and Sampatichana Chitta 2. We call together 3 things, Manothat 3.
Okay. Now we skip the quiz. We skip the quiz. Okay.
It's too hard, no? We have to Sikkha this topic again.
Yes. And we come back to discuss about it again and again and
this
again.
only open the topic because it's very difficult for today, no?
Okay, in this class we mentioned about Tui Panchavinyan 10 and Tui Panchavinyan 10 and our body parts. These 2 topic we have already familiar with them. And the third one is we mentioned about Chitta that works with our mind, and Cetasika and cause our mind. Okay, so now at this moment you can you start to see the interaction of citta and cetasika with your body, and now you start to understand how your mind comes from, where your minds come from, where your words, the words in your head come from. Okay. Now,
and today you have three new
3 new
three new เนาะ
that works.
อารามณะทวารand วิญญาณ three new เนาะ
that the process to
The
receive
process,
information from the
yes.
outside,
But-
they require aramana from the outside,
Yep.
vinyan or citta inside, and the pathway tawara
Yeah.
in between. Okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
And the first new 3 things that form your minds is pancha tawara vasana citta and sampatichana citta too. They have 10 cetasika. Apart from sapachita satara cetasika 7, they have additional 3, which are vitaka cetasika, vichara cetasika, and atimokkha cetasika. Okay, that will be end of the class today.
Yes, will be a little bit difficult, no? Never mind. You can review, and we will review for you, no? Helping you to understand more and more, no?
Mm.
And to memorize this word.
Okay. Okay, งั้นวันนี้
Okay.
that will be end of the class.
Yeah.
สาธุครับ
สาธุค่ะ
สาธุ
สาธุสาธุสาธุ นาวุติปันสันทะอนุโมทามิยากนิดนึงนะคะ ไม่เป็นไร เดี๋ยวถึงเวลา